This is my colleague Andre Sorensen, who's a geographer here at the University of Toronto Scarborough, and we're going to ask Andre a few questions about the role of cities in the origins and development of capitalism. Andre, let me start by asking you about the role that cities played in that first stage of capitalist development, the transition from feudalism to capitalism, and the way in which urban places became important sites of economic activity.
Right. Well, the key thing there is in the 12th and 13th centuries, there was a huge expansion of urban population associated with increasing trade. Somewhat increased security had allowed huge growth of the amount of intercity trade, and that allowed a concentration of capital by merchants and creation of lots of work in these emerging cities, like in Flanders, in the Italian city-states, and population growth overall was happening in that couple of centuries, but particularly since the cities were growing, they attracted a lot of people from the rural hinterlands who were taking advantage of escaping serfdom and gaining the liberties of cities. I mean, it was quite uneven in how this worked out in different places, but a common rule was that if you could stay in a city for a year and a day, then you became a citizen and were free of the previous serf condition of living in the rural areas. So cities grew rapidly. There was this concentration of capital and a huge expansion of industrial or sort of craft industrial production in the city centers, mostly in textiles, mostly in the wool industries, that was production for export.
Great. So